This is a quick do and don't list for students. I always tell them, do ask your parents or teachers if you can use the internet before you get on. Be kind and think before you post. Stand up if you see internet bullying and tell an adult. It's important for us to remind students that internet bullying is just as detrimental as physical bullying and verbal bullying. We have to teach them to understand the site's rules and to follow those rules, to recognize red flags like someone wanting their personal information, their name, their picture, or their address, and to not give out that information. We have to teach them that we want them to respect others' works and cite any work that they use. It's okay to teach students different sites like Bibliomi or different sites that you use to help teach them how to cite. That's not cheating. It's a good resource for them. What you don't want them to do is go online without permission, pretend to be someone else online. That's become a major issue recently. Make sure your kids know that that can get involved in legal situations if you pretend to be someone else online. Don't share personal details. Don't overshare because information spreads quickly, and do not share your passwords. So we can move on now from the law and move on to assistive technology. This week you're going to be reading a very short article. It's just a basic question and answer session about the difference between assistive technology and universal design for learning. Universal design for learning we've already talked about. It does require a change in the curriculum for all learners by that multiple means of expression, multiple means of representation, etc. Since UDL has an assistive aspect built into it, it may be possible that in a classroom that's fully doing universal design for learning that you may not need as much assistive technology. However, it's not a replacement for assistive technology. You may not need as much because the curriculum is already set up to be more individualized for students. So in UDL, the teacher's involved in differentiating the curriculum, but really it's the student to some extent who's involved in individualizing the curriculum through their own choices. So the teacher puts all the choices out there, and the student is able to decide which way is their best means of representation. Again, those choice boards on the Dare to Differentiate site that I walked you through, that's a great way to help the student individualize their curriculum. So the difference between assistive technology and UDL is assistive technology is a piece of technology needed for an individual student to assist them to have access to the curriculum, whereas universal design for learning is changing that curriculum, changing the curriculum to meet the needs of all learners.